Hello everyone. So further continuing with the video which we had last seen and where we understood the concept and importance of organizational behavior. So here we'll move forward. Today we're going to learn about the historical developments which have happened in organizational behavior. We will learn how what are the other disciplines from which organizational behavior has been born out of. We learn about the challenges and opportunities which are happening in organizational behavior. So, historical development, like organizational behavior, is not a very new thing. It came into light after industrialization started taking place because people saw it was a new type of capitalist era had started begun. So what was happening is that people who were rich were becoming richer, the poor were becoming really unpaid and overworked laborers. So there needed to be some kind of compensation for these people. So this is where the human studies, labor studies, and how organizations should behave with their employees, how employees should be treated in an organization started. So, yeah, historical development of organizational behavior. So, it was the time when rapid industrialization was taking place, as I have already said. What happened is Frederick Taylor, at this time, he tried to develop a concept called scientific management. And I should tell you that Frederick Taylor is also known as the father of scientific management. What he saw that the capitalists were made richer by the workers who were termed less, and he wanted the workers to do the job scientifically. He wanted that the tasks should be broken into smaller tasks to improve efficiency, and the work should be combined with monetary benefits. And there should really be a lot of incentives to motivate the worker to work more and increase productivity. But what was the critic of this theory was that it was only targeted towards uneducated laborers, and the worker had to do work as per the instructions, and he could not be deviated. And the worker was not considered as human. He was just considered as another unit of production similar to land and capital. Second, we have Hawthorne studies and Elton Mayo. So here, the aim was to check the influence of the environment on employees. What is the environment? What does an environment include? The environment includes the physical environment, the nature of the supervision and the workforce, and the social environment of a person. So there was a series of experiments which were done, just like the illumination studies, relay room experiments, intermass interviews, and others which were conducted to understand how it affects the workers. In other developments, we will talk about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, as it's a concept which most of us might be knowing. It's a very common concept and a very famous concept. So during the Second World War led to the study of human behavior, and then Maslow developed this hierarchy of needs theory of human motivation. So what happens is, in this theory, he classified the needs of the people into five. Now, what are these five needs? It's a psychological need, need for security, a social need, and a self-esteem need, and a self-actualization need. These are the five basic needs which, one after the other, when a person achieves another, he goes on to the second step. And the third development happened, the fourth which happened was the Lewin's development, where he introduced a three-step model of change which served as a basis for the organizational development. Now, next we learn about there are a lot of disciplines contributing to OB. Okay, it's because organizational behavior is not something which just developed out of nowhere and it's a whole new concept. It's just a lot of other concepts studying human behavior taken from different disciplines and put together so that it becomes easy to how to know how to manage people and how to understand them. So, firstly, we'll talk about psychology. So, psychology, as we all know, is a study of a mental process and behavior of a human, and it helps in understanding and predicting human behavior in an organization. Here, psychology gives us a lot of, like mentioned here, a lot of points through which we can assess an individual, like learning, personality, perception, motivation, a person's attitudes, emotions, how a person handles stress, what are his decision making abilities, what is his motivation, how he is as a leader. So this is psychology. Basically, you can study an individual when you study through the means of psychology. Second discipline is sociology. So sociology is a study of human behavior in society, and it looks into patterns of relations among individuals in a society, and it helps in understanding employers and employee relationship. Here we talk about a group, we talk about communication conflict, we talk about group behavior, we talk about teams, organizational change. So whatever we talk sociology, we talk as a group, it's as a societal thing, we do not talk about individuals here. Then third, when talking, we have talked about individual, we spoke about group. How do we know about an organization? So there are three other disciplines through which we can understand how an organization works and what should be done. So the three disciplines are social psychology, anthropology, and political science. Social psychology is a mixture of sociology and psychology. It deals with the behavior of individuals in a society and how a person reacts in the presence of others. And it helps in forming groups and teams among them. So, and like attitudinal change, behavioral change, group decision making, and attitude theory. Then we have anthropology. So, anthropology is the study of human culture from past to the present and the development. And we should know the difference between people living in different places and help in fitting ourselves within an organization. So here, what we do in anthropology, we do cross-cultural analysis, comparative values, we compare attitudes, we compare the organizational structure and everything. Then lastly, we have political science. So political science is basically we take the concepts of power and leadership from political science, from this discipline. So we understand how to resolve conflicts and what should be the power equation and everything. So this is the end of this video, and it shows you how the organizational behavior has further they contributed and developed, and what are the other disciplines which have contributed in making of this subject. Thank you.